Welcome, my peace, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peace, my peoples. So let's talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 10, episode 12. Let's get into it. Like, whoa. I guess, what's her name? Marlo. She knows what to do now. She knows to make sure she's right next to the people that the cameras will film, and she will hug them, she would kiss them, or be right next to them so she cannot be edited or cut out of the camera. She is not playing with y'all. She's trying to get in, and plus on top of that, she was spilling tea, talking about that, Portia got this china from one of them Africans, and she said that she got to go visit the nursing home, and it was like, it's kind of late. She was like, the nursing home is open 24/7, so she's letting you guys know what she do. She's letting you know, and she said she's allergic to broke dudes. I was like, whoa. And Marlo also said that she doesn't feel like Cynthia should be hanging with Kenya because Cynthia is so sensitive. I was like, oh, so what is she trying to say, that Kenya persuades or influence Cynthia thinking? I was like, okay. And then Nini's up there lying, talking to Cynthia, talking about, I just wanted to tell you, in the intimate setting, like we are now at dinner. Like, no, you didn't want to do that, Nene. Stop lying. So, anyways, we start off from the last episode where Portia pulled Cynthia to the side and was like, "Yo, I heard that he wanted an opportunity from you. He's an opportunist, and he ain't really feeling you like that." I was like, damn, like, who is going to believe anything that Portia says? Because we already know Portia was manipulated, like she said she was, by Phaedra, and she was telling Candy that, oh, Todd goes to New York and meet up with other women, and he uses a different name and stuff like that, and it actually wasn't true, and all the other things that she was saying. So why would she take any information from Portia? I was just like, damn. And then you got Kim in the background talking about, oh my God, why don't you guys shut up? Like, I don't get into nobody's business. Like, you guys can't keep a secret. You can't keep your mouth closed. I don't like Kim, but she did have a point. Don't like her. And so then you hear Nene in the background yelling, talking about, I ain't gonna tell nobody nothing about their man. Then why did you run and tell the whole world about Cynthia's man? Like, Eva told you that. You should have said to Eva, hey, let's, we'll meet up with Cynthia the next day and tell her. But you got everybody in her business. Got Cynthia out here looking like a fool. Cynthia's out here crying for no reason. I have no idea why Cynthia's crying in front of all of these ladies. Why is she letting these ladies get to her and mess up whatever she has with Will? Will may have been lying, because Will did say, I'm not dating her anymore. But Will did say earlier in that episode that he hasn't dated someone in 2 years. So Will actually lied. He should have been clear about dating situation, because he told Cynthia that he hasn't dated no one in 2 years. And then Eva said she seen him at the race. I mean, at the campaign party or whatever. And I was like 7 months ago, 4 months ago, or whatever. But that's still not 2 years. You know what I mean? So Will did lie, and so it is what it is. And plus, why is Cynthia crying when she told Will at her house earlier in that episode that she wanted to complete her bucket list, that she didn't want to be in a serious relationship because she just just got divorced or whatever. So maybe, and then Cynthia also said maybe she was feeling a little sensitive because Peter was there, and then now she's I guess she had a lot of emotions going on because she still loves Peter. I don't know if Cynthia and Peter will ever get back together or anything like that. But it's just like, damn, Cynthia, you just said that you got a bucket list and you ain't ready to settle down. You wanna sow your oats or whatever, and now you're crying that this man might have been dating somebody. So I guess Cynthia is happy that she finds out that Will does not have another woman. He does not have a girlfriend. So I guess she's excited about that situation, that he doesn't have another girl. He doesn't have a girlfriend. So basically, she leaves with Will. She bounces with Will. But before then, we get Mama Joyce. Mama Joyce wants to meet up with Portia and talk to Portia. I was like, oh shit. And so, anyways, Kim was like, everybody needs to keep shit to themselves. But it is what it is. She left with him, and then and then he talking about, I'm not gonna tell anybody about their man. Yeah, right. You can't wait to run and tell about something. And then Cynthia, she gets in the car and she's talking to Will, and she was like, I understand whatever happened in the past happened in the past. You don't about you dating that person, but Portia pulled me to the side and she told me that you're opportunist, and you're trying to use me or whatever, and you're not really into me like that. And he was like, come on, what are you talking about? Like, the way that Cynthia, told that to Will, it all sounded like high school, like kiddish, like some teenage girl dumb shit. Really, it really did. Because she told me that you was an opportunist. Like, prove, show me some evidence, give me some evidence. But Will says, well, I'm not an opportunist. What am I getting? Am I getting a Porsche? Am I getting a Lamborghini? Am I getting a house? I already got my own house. I already got that. So what are they talking about? And he was like, yo, I didn't know what I was signing up when I was dating you. And then so also with the way that he responded, I understand how he feels. He feels aggravated, and he also feels like he's attacked, and he feels like, Cynthia doesn't have his back, because he told Cynthia everything. She knows everything or whatever. But I guess not. She doesn't know everything, because she didn't know that you went to, this campaign party with this woman that knows your daughter. She didn't know that. That was brand new too as well. So Will was just like, I don't know what I signed up for. Like, this is crazy. He was like, I just don't know. And Cynthia was like, well, you don't have a girlfriend, so that's fine or whatever. But it seemed all like childish and it just didn't seem like this was an adult type of situation. And Will could have just, he did, he was aggravated, but he could have just said that, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I'm getting exploited. People going into my business, making up stories. I don't care. I'm here for you. And we're leaving together. We stay together. We roll together. We're getting to know each other. Don't let anybody come in and mess up what we have going on. And yes, I was dating that woman, but, I didn't think it was a big deal or whatever. And and it was this type of relationship. It wasn't really a relationship, so I didn't consider it as really dating. But I'm into you, and I want to get to know you. I want things to work with you, and but anyways, Cynthia going to tell him that, like, you don't have to tell Will what Portia said, because what if Portia and Will are in a setting together? It's gonna be awkward, and it's gonna be weird now, where him getting names thrown at him or whatever. He's not going to want to be around none of the girls. So now you can kind of see why Kenya doesn't want her husband around, because you got people coming to all types of stories, and it's like, who would believe anything that Portia says? Portia could be genuine, and she could really be having some real information, but she said she heard. Same thing she said with Candy. She heard. Like, nah, we ain't rolling with that information. So anyways, moving on from that, Will was like, what am I trying to get for you? So anyways, Mama Joyce and Portia, they meet up or whatever, and they're having this conversation. Basically, Mama Joyce is like, you really, really thought Candy would do something like that? You really, really thought that, Phaedra was really telling you the truth after time has went by, time has went on? You really believe what she said? Like, you didn't figure out that she might have been lying, she might not have been telling the truth or whatever. And then that's when Portia was like, no, I thought she was my friend because she's a lawyer, she's an attorney, and I didn't think she would do anything like that. And I kept asking her over and over, like, is this real? Is this true? Is this real? Is this true? And she was like, yeah, it is real and it is true. So basically, that's what Portia is saying. That's what Portia said, that she believed exactly what Phaedra told her, so she ran with it. And so that's when Mama Joyce was like, oh, so you a ride or die chick, huh? You ride or die. And she was like, and you're loyal to a fault, but you're loyal to the wrong person. Next time you have to pick who you're going to be loyal to and who you're going to go to bat for and stuff like that. So basically, Portia was like, I didn't know if it was true or not when she said, she wanted to drug me or whatever, but I didn't think that she would be lying because she's an attorney. She had a point there, but god damn. Like, you went all the way there, and then you're just like, damn, Portia, you don't even think about that Candy was once your friend. For you to, even pull Candy to the side and was like, hey, listen, this is what I'm being told, and this is what she said, and this is real serious because this could damage you, this could damage your career, and, I could say this information out here on television, and it could possibly destroy you, could possibly hurt you. Especially, luckily, it came out, last year and not this year, because the Me Too movement is really strong, and it could have really did some damage. So hopefully, Portia still hasn't learned her lesson, because she runs up to Cynthia and say, I heard someone say Will's an opportunist. So, she's still passing. She's still sending messages from people. So, anyways, Mama Joyce said, "Okay, it's all good. You know, basically, she said she forgives her or whatever. But Mama Joyce said, if it was me, I would have that Rolls Royce. She said that Rolls Royce you drive, I'll take that. I'll take that house. I'll take that China. But she just said I'll take the Rolls Royce or whatever. So it is what it is. And so so she was like, how do I get back to being friends with Candy and stuff like this? She was like, just be honest and just be truthful. Candy acts like she's cold-hearted and all this other stuff, but she's really not. You know, we all know that Escape, you know, is not, it's formerly the group that's not known as Escape no more. They dropped one letter, put the three up there. The two sisters and Tiny are going on to, you know, do music without Candy. Candy's busy. Candy got a kid to raise. She got a TV show. She got charities. She got her Candy Coded line. She got her online stuff, and she has a lot of stuff going on. So, you know, going back to music, going on tours, you know, rehearsing and stuff like that, she can't do. And plus, she also said that she wants to be home more with her kid, you know, especially with Ace and her daughter growing up now, and she's gonna be driving. You know what I mean? So, but you know, Candy did give help with that opportunity as opening the doors and having that Escape show, and have it right after, you know, Real Housewives of Atlanta, and it filmed on Bravo. So, you know, Candy had to do a lot with that because she has a big relationship with Bravo. So she opened the doors for the two sisters and Tiny to get on TV and show their skills and get people more excited and more interested in Escape and stuff like that. And now they are taking that and moving forward. The two sisters and, you know, Tiny, they signed a deal with CAA, and they're gonna be touring and doing music. And they got a new song coming out March 1st. So, you know, Candy opened the doors. You know what I mean? She got her mom on the show. She got all her friends on the show being filmed. She be putting people on. She's even helping Carmen with her insurance company business or whatever. So moving on from that, so Mama Joyce was like, you know, just tell Candy the truth and just talk to her truthfully, and maybe something happened. But it's gonna take time for Candy to, you know, Candy needs a little bit more time, because basically this just happened not too long ago and they started filming again, so it hasn't been that much time in between. So anyways, moving on from that, we got Nene Leakes. She meets up Nene so Nene meets up with, you know, Cynthia basically, and basically she tells Cynthia, you know, let's order something. You know, the waiter was like, you know, is somebody else joining us? Cynthia was like, I hope it's not Eva. Is Eva joining us? And Nene was like, oh, that's just pure shade. That's just shade, honey. And yes, it is shade, because Cynthia felt some type of way. The way that Eva came, blew the whole story off, blew the story up. You know, pulled Will's card, pulled her card. You know, at that event, all the Cynthia people that don't like Cynthia, people that, you know, don't got Cynthia back, you know, gave them a, you know, nice camera time. Everybody was talking. Everybody was outside. Nobody was even inside the event that mattered. It was all outside looking at, you know, Cynthia. So anyways, and so, you know, this is when, you know, Nene says, oh, you know, I didn't want to tell you like that. I wanted to tell you privately, but, you know, something like meeting up with you or telling you the next day, but, you know, Kenya had to run with it or whatever. Like, Kenya wouldn't have been able to run with anything if you didn't tell anybody. If you wanted Cynthia to know privately, you would have never told all the other girls. You told Marlo, you told Carmen, you told Candy, you told Kenya. Who else? You told Sheree. You told everybody but Cynthia first. So then you got, the reason why you got upset is because Kenya beat you to the punch and told her first, so she was able to play that starring role on that part, because you guys know what pops and what people are going to be talking about once they watch the show, and what's going to stick out to people. And you knew that was that moment, and, you know, Kenya stole the moment from you, and it's just so wrong, because damn, like sometimes these guys seem like friends, but the shit that you do don't even seem like you guys like each other. Like, I would have seriously, like, you meeting up with her dinner right now, you could have met her with her and told her what was going on with Eva, not embarrass her, have her crying, look like a fool in front of people that don't like her, like Kim and the rest of the ladies. And so anyways, they're talking and, you know, And so Nene said, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean, for things to go down like that. I didn't mean to have a big issue or a big deal. I wasn't trying to be shady. I wasn't trying to be messy or whatever." "Oh yes, you was. I don't believe you, because if you wasn't, you would have told her first." And so basically, they're talking, and then they come up with the great idea to go to Barcelona. So they want to go to Barcelona. They're gonna invite all the girls. They're gonna invite Kim. I'm with Nene on this one. Nene said, "Why do you need to invite Kim? Why invite her? She doesn't need to come. She doesn't need to be there. Like, why? And plus, didn't Kim just dish you? Told you to be quiet. Don't say nothing. Just sit there and look pretty." And she said that you're Kenya's robot. Like, come on. Like, but Cynthia's weak. Or she's just trying to be peaceful with her. There's no reason to be nice or to be peaceful to Kim, because she doesn't reciprocate that, and she doesn't treat you guys like you guys are even human. You guys are just, she comes there drunk to deal with y'all and leave drunk to deal with y'all. And she has her husband, security guard, waiting for her. It was so funny when Nene said, "Oh, Kim is gonna bring Croy. She has a 24-hour Uber driver." I was like, "Oh no, they getting on Kim with the Uber driver." Yeah, Nene called him an Uber driver, and Nene also said that Kim possibly not going on a trip because Croy got to get his booty pads. He got to get more booty inserts. So Nene is spilling the tea. It's been out there that Croy has got butt injections and butt pads and stuff like that done to his ass. That's why he be showing it out and sticking it out like that. So they was just dropping jewels on each other, just talking all bad about each other. I'm like, oh my god, OMG. So anyways, so Nene was just dissing Kim or whatever. It is what it is. And then we get to, Cynthia's like, it's all good, whatever. She's just listening to Nene, but Cynthia feels like there was some shade going on, and she feels wrong by it. But she's not really expressing how she feels. She doesn't really express herself well to the girls when they do something shady, especially to Nene. But later on in the episode, she did express herself well, and I was proud of Cynthia later on in the episode. So then we get, Portia. She's at her house getting ready because she's about to have a vegan dinner. It's called No Beef Dinner, and she's inviting the girls to come over to have a no vegan dinner. But guess who's not showing up? Candy's not coming. Like, she got better things to do than to sit at your house. And then we have Nene. Nene has better things to do than sit at your house. And then, Kenya has better things to do than sit at your house and drink. They really drink alone. That's what it seems like. So anyways, they are not going to be showing up to the party. And so we get Cynthia. She meets up with Peter, basically. And she was like, "Peter, you're like a ghost." And he was like, "What you mean I'm like a ghost?" She was like, "You disappeared the other night. You disappeared, baby." And so basically she was like, I wanted to say hi. I wanted to say hello to you. I wanted to see what was up, what was good. And he was like, "Yo, I've been with you for 10 years. I ain't never seen you with no another man. And I ain't trying to see you with another man now, baby. I got too much pride and dignity, and I don't know if I can hold myself back." And Peter was like, "Well, it looks like he's your type because he looks like a model." She was like, "Yeah, he does. Oh, yes, he does. Will does look good." And he ain't doing nothing wrong to Cynthia at this time and point. Only thing he could be gaining is Twitter followers, Instagram followers, and Snapchat followers, because people see him on the show. And if he tweets or if he's on IG, people will want to know what he's saying, so people will be following him. But people will be also following him to try to find dirt on him as well. So if he wants to build his image on the media or social media, this is a good platform for that. But he can also hire a firm to do that. So anyways, so they're sitting at the table, and Peter was like, "Nah." And nah, Peter was like, "But I did hear when you left the party, when I left," because Peter was like, "I was in and out. I was no need to stay. I got my drink, drunk, left. Hopefully he had a driver, because Peter likes to drink. But I got a call from who told, and he said you was crying." She was like, "Yeah, it was just so much drama going on, and people's telling me that Will is this, Will is that, Will is this, and all this other stuff." And so he was like, "Well, your friends up, you need to be receptive to it." And she says, "I am receptive to it, but I don't know." She was like, "I am receptive to it, but there's not really nothing that he did. I am listening to him. So Peter was like, they could be looking out for you. They could be caring about. They care about you and want to make sure that everything's all right. That I don't know if they care about her. I can't tell. But I just think it was just juicy gossip basically. And so Cynthia goes into that she still loves Peter. Peter says he still loves Cynthia. He even gets nervous around her and everything. It seems like they should have never got a divorce, but I guess Cynthia had to separate her money from Peter, and she wants to know how they move forward. Now they're friends, they're business partners, and they been married before. Now they're divorced. Peter was like, yo, if I see you with another guy, don't say nothing to me. If you see me with another girl, don't say nothing to me. Peter said, if you would have looked at my way, I would have went like that to you. I would have been like, hey. So it is what it is with that situation. And then so Peter see all this food, and he was like, what, you depressed? You eating like that? Peter knows Cynthia, so she was like, I might be. So it is what it is. And so I was just like, damn. So then moving on, I think Cynthia needs to get back with Peter. I think Peter understands Cynthia and he loves her to death. And only problem is he just needs to build his bank account, because I think people got into Cynthia's ear as well with Peter, and plus maybe her money, dwindling down. But Cynthia also said, you're the only man I ever married, because Cynthia could have been married plenty of times. She can get married today or tomorrow. Do you see Cynthia? And she has accomplished a lot in her life too as well, so she is a great catch. And she's also humble in so many different words. And you can tell she's Peter said she really didn't do her wife duty, so I don't know. So anyways, we'll see what happens with that situation. I'm like, damn. But did Cynthia just was it really the money, or was it, people putting shit in Cynthia's head? Because Cynthia is easy to be persuaded, especially if people are picking at her to do something, but she wasn't. Her mother and her sister was picking at her not to marry Peter, and she didn't listen to them. So I don't know. I think she just did what she felt what was best for her. And so then moving on from that, we get to Portia's party, and guess who shows up? Marlo. She shows up, and she's looking at the carpet, talking about, you need a bigger carpet. I know that house was huge to have that little ass carpet, but shit, she ain't caring about that carpet. So anyway, so she walks in. So Marlo, she walks in. She's in the place. I don't know what. Marlo shows up with a dead animal on her when it's a vegan dinner. Marlo just doing Marlo. That's how Marlo gets down. And so everybody shows up. Kim shows up, and Marlo was cracking on the drapes. That she was like, is this the effing baby shower? What's going on? Then Kim comes, she's cracking on the drapes too as well. Like, what is these white drapes going on? What is this these white curtains going on or whatever? And so it was so funny when the cook said, are you allergic to anything? And that's when Marlo said, only a broke man. And so basically everyone's there. Kim, she shows up late. They're having a good time. Cynthia's not there yet. And so basically they all go outside and they start gossiping about, I think Kim shows up, and they go outside and they start gossiping about Cynthia, talking about, Cynthia, was crying, like, damn, Cynthia put too much in it. Cynthia this, Cynthia that, Cynthia and Will, and all this other stuff, talking about, yeah, she was crying, and are they really dating, or is he really serious about her? And how long have they been dating or whatever, and is it really serious? And so then Cynthia walks in, and she was like, oh my God, I can feel, when you, and everything just stops. Cynthia was like, when you walk in and that everybody's been talking about you, that's exactly how I felt, and they was exactly talking about her. But what I did like was for Marlo said, we ain't trying to be shady, we're gonna tell you what we was talking about. We was talking about Will, and what happened at Candy's event. And so then that's when Cynthia was like, hold up, yeah, let me talk about that. Marlo, you talking about I'm matching with Peter, why I'm with, Will, come on, how are you gonna bring him up? I just divorced the guy, I just, got the guy out of my life or whatever, and he's here at the party, and then you bring that up. Then she was like, Portia, you pulling me to the side and telling me about, Will and this and that, all this she said about Will, it was just a lot going on. I was just feeling like everybody's out here saying something negative towards Will, and it was just like, as long as he doesn't have a girlfriend right now, that's all that matters. He doesn't have a girlfriend right now, and that's it. And so then Kim was like, well, everybody should mind their effing business. Kim feels like that these women are going to push, Cynthia away from Will, but Kim doesn't care either way if Cynthia's with Will or not, if Will is going to use her or not. She don't really care. She's just talking shit. So it is what it is. So I hope the other ladies actually do care a little bit about her. So anyways, now they all go inside the house. They're trying the food. They're eating and everything. Sheree is shading. You know, Portia talking about her table look like it cost $19.99, and that's when Portia says, please, everybody, don't get nothing on the table. This table's going back tomorrow. Thank you, Portia, for being real and acting and letting us know that, you know, this ain't mine, or this is rented, baby. And so anyways, so that was cool. And then that's when you know, that's when they start to talk about, you know, Marlo was like, I gotta go see my cousin in the nursing home. You see Marlo set herself right next to, you know, Portia, and Marlo set herself right to, well, Cynthia sat right next to her, and then they was holding hands, and, you know, Marlo was all over Cynthia. Marlo was all over Candy too as well. You're seeing in the pictures. She ain't playing. You ain't editing Marlo out of the scene. She knows she's hip to the game now. And also Marlo does a live review after the show, and she watches it with her daughter. I only seen it one time. I don't know if she still does. So anyways, the Marlo talks about she gotta go see her cousin at the nursing home. Basically, she's talking about them old men that either she messed with, or she's just letting people, you know, assume and continue to make assumptions about her life. It could be either or whatever. And so then they talk about going to Barcelona, and they're telling Kim that they do not want her to bring Coy. Then, you know, what's her name? Sheree is all like, you know, it must be like Sheree was throwing shade when she was like, you know, you have somebody drive you around 24 hours, just sit in the parking lot and wait for you. Like, I wouldn't mind that either. And holding your drinks and shit like that. So it is what it is. So anyways, they don't want Croy to come. Kim is saying, I need him to come because I done had strokes. This done happened to me. That done happened to me. And so she's not going to go on a trip. Kenya's not going on a trip because Kenya's trying to have a baby. Kenya has missed her period, and she missed her period for 6 weeks. She took a urine test. It's inconclusive, but, you know, now she did a blood test, and she's hoping to have a child. Hopefully Kenya's able to produce a child. If not, I hope she does adopt, because a lot of kids would love to have her as a mother and have a father as well. It's a lot of black kids that do need homes. And so moving on, we get everybody getting ready to go to the trip. Greg done wastes wine in Nene's closet. He weighs it on himself. Then he grabs a white pillow and white piss shirt. Nene runs and get a towel. And she's like, oh no, Greg is kind of seen now, isn't he? So everybody's bouncing. They're going on the trip. Nene and Cynthia, Nene's glad that Croy's not coming. They're cracking on, you know, Croy and Kim, talking about his butt injections and all this other stuff. And so it is what it is. And so you got Sheree and Portia together calling, you know, Kim, and finding out Kim was like, you know, I can't come, blah, 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 because they don't want my husband to come, so I ain't coming, and I'm scared to travel alone. Peace. I'm out. One love.